Hi everyone, my name is Zeke the Defender, and I've been asked to do a tutorial for Battlemat. This is going to be my first video that I've ever done, so hopefully I don't bore you and can convey some useful information for you. First thing, you'll notice I got two of these open. That's because Battlemat is a multiplayer game, so I'm just going to simulate, what the host and the client are going to be seeing as they join the game. There is also a game setup option, which you don't need internet or anything, any sort of network connection. You can just set up your game without having to worry about random people joining your game and messing about. So first, I'm just going to show you the host game options. You can enter your username, your room name. You can select a map that, say, you've built in Access Game Factory. These have all been made already. So I'm just going to use one that's fairly good, like the zombie one here. You can also, set a password after you do this for obvious reasons. Max players there. While that loads, you can go to join game 2, or if you're the client. After this loads, it should show up here. If it doesn't show up here, of course you'll be able to either try refreshing it, but there's this option here to direct connect, which you'll just need an IP number. And that'll show up here whenever that finishes loading. Sometimes it takes a while. There we go. Alright, like I told you earlier, a couple seconds ago, here's the IP numbers. If you're on the same network, use this one. If you're on different networks, use that one. I will refresh. See, this guy showed up here. And as you can see there, I myself have joined the game. Blue is the client. I could have changed a different color if I wanted to. Oh, alright, one thing you're going to have to worry about if the client doesn't have certain asset packs, it's not going to show up correctly. So, see here, I didn't move my zombie assets into the extra folder that I'm running this from. So say if your friend doesn't have special assets like the zombies, they're probably not going to see the same thing you are. Just a heads up. So you should probably provide them with whatever asset packs those are. So let's show you what you can actually do with this. As the GM, you've got an extra screen that the other user does not have. First thing, you can hide your miniatures. Say, start out, where do we want to start out? We'll just start out here for simplicity. Say I've got a dragon, but I don't want the user to see this dragon yet. It's hidden. So this will be shown. You can usually tell. It's pretty see-through. But over here, the other player is not going to be able to see anything that I've placed. I can place, a couple dragons, or go to monsters, a couple cyclopses. But Oops. Oh, sorry. Say the user, or the player, comes up with his person, and you're like, and you can go and tell him, hey, oops, there's an ambush. Here they come out of nowhere, and you can get ready to fight. So I'll go turn that off. For this one, it disables the user from adding any other objects. Otherwise, say you have an unruly player that I have 50 thieves. You don't want, say if you don't want them to do that, no problem. Alright. One thing you can do along with this is, say you don't want them to have the ability to create units, you just create a cleric and say, I'm going to give it to the blue guy, or I'm going to give it to the red guy. I'm going to take control of his units and give them to me. Alright. Turn that back on. Diagonal movement penalty. So it'll either make it so that you can only move in squares or circles. It'll add 1.5 speed cost, causing you to only be able to go so far. You can of course move past it, but the movement circles are mostly just so that you know, just if you're trying to play by the rules and I can only move 30 feet, yeah, you're gonna want to keep clicking over here. But if you really need to, you can click over there and move farther. It tells you where your people move, how far. You can, as the DM, kick someone from the game. I'm not going to do that because that'll take a while for this guy to join back in. One cool thing, say we're going to hide these and focus him to see what I see. Oh no, look at that. They appeared. Alright, this is just to focus their cameras wherever you are looking. You can move them, you can force them to look whatever you're looking at. This is pretty simple, just every player in the game joined in. Close that, close those. Okay. Initiative list. Say, we'll add that to initiative. Add that. And get rid of some of these. Delete. And clear up the clutter. Alright. Player decides to add this to the initiative. It'll automatically roll 1 through 20 and line them up. So say you're playing turn-based, you know who's going next. So since the thief happened to get a 20, we'll pretend like my thief is going first here. So we take a turn. we do whatever. Battlemat's pretty easy, or doesn't have any set in stone rules. You can play it how you want, lenient or not. Say you don't want to use the initiative, you don't have to, but if you want to use it, that's great. If you've ever played, anything like Dungeons and Dragons or any other tabletop role-playing game, it's pretty much got a lot of those aspects. So, say we're using the initiative. I'll use my thief, and either I could delay my turn, end turn. If I delay, it'll go to the bottom. I can undelay, go back. End turn does the same thing, only it'll tell you turn ended instead of delayed. And then we can also remove it from the initiative if it's not in combat anymore. So, say the dragon will also move. Oh, by the way, you can increase the speed here. We'll say our dragon can move 20. Which would be enough to get to the thief, but we'll say that's all he can do, so he can end his turn. Cyclopses, for some reason, decide to delay. Well, the first one we'll say delays. Oops, I am sorry, I pushed turned ended for a Cyclops. But anyway, I hope that makes sense on how this works. You can focus and take looks at different objects, which I should really do before I decide to end people's turns. Alright, the DM has the ability to go to next turn, whereas the player does not. It just tells you what turn it is. Next turn resets this back to normal. So you can start over again. You can... That's weird, that should go up. Anyway, I will take a look at that. Alright, this would reset the turn count, but apparently it's broken, so. By the way, if you find anything that's broken, please let me know. I will be happy to take a look at it, fix it as soon as possible. Alright, so next, close those, is the dice roller. Say we want to roll, say the thief is attacking. We will roll a d20. You got an 8. Tell you here, it will tell you here. If for some reason you have 5 attacks, you can roll 5 of them. I believe it goes up to 20, I'm not sure. But once they all settle, right now it says a 50. Eventually, I think one must be moving around or something. Yeah, this one. Anyway, you got a 51. So roll it. They've never... Yep, there we go. Alright, so I got an 18. Then can change. We'll say we do 6 damage. Up to 6. I got a 6. So okay. What does he do? He will go over here. Hit points are around here somewhere. 29. The dragon is at 29 HP. Alright. You can also say I want to hide my rolls. It will not show up over here. That does show up over here. You can remove your dice. You can add a modifier. Seven. Alright. Next, there are just different kinds of pieces. Mostly you'll be using characters since everything else will be set up already. But say you forgot something or you want to make a like a hallway, something like that. So let's say oh yes. I want to change it to a tile. It is now a tile piece. It doesn't move. I can move it like this. Just kind of move it around. But it doesn't slide like that. A difference between this would be, say, move into that. Oh yes, because I'm missing the asset packs, this would be a bad idea to use. So we'll just use this. Alright. So it's tile. Take my thief. Sometimes that can get a little annoying. You just have to get your dragon off my thief. People can stand on tiles. They can't stand on other characters. There are placeables. This is just for special stuff. It'll just be so you can organize it differently. One thing you can do is you can lock things. That way you don't accidentally. Why do we lock things? I don't remember exactly. I'm sorry. Can zoom into things. Oh, that's what I'm locking. My bad. Okay. But you really shouldn't be able to click that when it's locked. There we go. It is locked. I can't click on it. Apologies for that. Alright, now there's the randomizer. Say you kill a monster and it drops loot. Say we want our loot to be a sword, dagger, gold. Dragon dies for no breathing. Perk, and it's dead. Oop. The dragon drops extra gold. Okay. That's pretty much all that is. It'll randomly choose something, whatever you would be using that for. You can say, I want to go left, I want to go right. You can put whatever you want in there. You can also remove it by that, or clear the list, of course. Okay, you got your normal notes. These are my GM notes. It'll change. And it go back. Cyclops 1. Different Cyclops. Different notes. Each character will have their own notes. Do with that as you please. Alright. Audio. Certain characters have voices built into them. Most do not. There's one default voice. So say, I don't think my sound's up. That's weird, usually it does that. How about you? By your command. Okay, it was off for some reason. I don't know why. I can take a look at that though. Oh, I'm sorry. I forget some of the things I put in here. It's just random. By your command. Sometimes it'll do it, sometimes it won't. Okay, music. I'm going to turn this off down here. But, music enabled. When you use the music, your players can also hear this music. So say a battle starts and you decide, I want you as a player to hear this battle music. You can also stop it. Playlist mode lets you, it'll automatically go from one to the next, to the next, to the next. You can also increase or decrease the sound. So we have a few that you can choose from. Go ahead, take a listen. Alright. Quality level, that's fairly simple. Just makes it look different, faster, slower. Choose the best one that fits your computer. You got your languages. Grid brightness, you can see that. Camera move speed. Camera rotation speed. Same thing up and down. I believe this is broken and I need to take a look at it. Yeah. So these are broken. Object render distance. pretty much how far you can go to see them. See and render distance. It's everything else. Good if your computer's a bit slower. Vegetation. I don't have any vegetation on this map, but if you did, it's pretty much how dense the grass is. A little grass on the ground. There is a way to talk to other people. It's kind of strange if I do it personally, but you'll press tab, or you pretty much use any microphone you got, and it'll send it over to the other player. They'll hear what you say. Alright, got your chat. Okay, what else? I can hide this if I want. Okay. As I showed you earlier, it can be a tile, a character, placeable, objective, NPC. Pretty much it's mostly setting it what you, something simple, whatever you, see, this went down. Anyway, I'm going to turn the music off. Alright. So pretty much it just will be what the piece type is. Objectives, say you're playing a capture the flag map, something like that. That's what they can be used for. They still got a few stats, unlike placeables and tiles. So I'm controlling this. Alright, we'll go back to characters though. You can increase the scale as he gets bigger, lower it. Alright, you can save your stats. I do want to make this better. This is kind of a clunky way to do it. So say he's a Cyclops. This guy is not a Cyclops for some reason. Alright, I'll save it. I've got a few other saved stats too from before, so he is a Cyclops. I will save your stats. It's gotta be around there somewhere. No, I saved your stats. I think it saves it under names, so you should have a different name for it. Save your stats. Not a Cyclops. Alright. I can remove from the initiative. Add him back, remove. Oh, you can also re-roll it. These numbers here. Delete. I'm just going to get rid of some of these stat files. They're, like I said, clunky. I really want to make it better. Edit all selected. That kind of messes with things sometimes. Just make sure that's off if you're only going to do one. Otherwise, name. So, on, off, changes all. Then you got your character sheet. I don't think I need this person down here anymore. I'm just going to make this bigger. You got your character sheet here. It's a lot of random information, whether you need it or not. This doesn't actually do anything. It's just for you to keep notes. So hopefully you'll use a lot of this stuff. Keep track of your gold, what he'll drop. You got hit points, mana, a lot of this stuff. I'm sure you'll find a use for it. These things are kind of cool. You can, if something's happening in your character, say he's dying. And dominated, whatever. We've got different features. There's attack range. This is kind of cool. Make sure if you're using this, attack range is on. Same thing with movement. Movement speed. You might wonder, why should I have a minimum attack range? Say someone's too close, you can't hit him. Something like that. Okay, you got random feats, abilities, equipped items. Say he's got a club. And in his backpack, he's got meat. Other food. That's assuming he's got a backpack. It's an inventory. You can remove that stuff. Change the first one to nothing. Fireball. Fireball's a good one. I don't know why the Cyclops knows Fireball, but say he has spells. Alright, so like I showed you, this is the attack range. This is the movement range. Bring this back up. It only affects yours, so say this person can't see it, so it really doesn't matter. It won't change other players. You got a rotation tool. Movement. Rotation, movement. Okay. Character names. Grid. Okay, this one. If you press Control and use the middle mouse button, you can scale these. Alright, when I've got him selected, I can focus it. I can reset his rotation back to normal. I can toggle his snapping. That way I can... Oh, you might want to take that off if you don't want it to randomly move every time you move something. But that's up to you. Okay.
By your command.
Turn that off. Alright. Snapping. Snapping's off. That's pretty much all that does. I can delete it. Unselect. Or you can right click. Okay, camera move. Camera rotate. Camera zoom. Reset. Back to normal. Reset. Reset. Let's see, what else can I show you? Hopefully you know you can add more assets. Say you want buildings. Some of these asset packs are a bit bigger, so it will take a little while to load it. And then you'll have your building somewhere around here. Zombie buildings. Might be it, no. Not sure where that is. That's strange. Alright, here's something I just loaded. So you can build your carpet. It's a tile. Yes, one thing I should mention. Tile, placed as a tile. Tile, placed as a tile. Character. Placed as a character. And back to tile. Tile, tile. Alright. You can always change it like before. Change it to a tile. We don't want snapping and we want to place it somewhere weird. Otherwise we want to put snapping back on. It'll snap. Anyway, delete that one. No apparent reason. Okay, assets. You can press view all. You can have a whole big list here. It's just this in one list. It's kind of convenient sometimes. Let's see. Expand. Collapse. Expand. Moves these bigger and smaller. Expand. Can pull these out. A lot of this is just like AGF. Reset the dock, put it back in. Say I want to clear the entire map. Delete. Deletes everything. Camera movement. I can go up and down. I can turn. It's mostly for fine-tuning if you don't want to if you don't want to be able to look sideways accidentally. I don't know, up to you. Windows, these are all over here. So, say I don't know where this went. It's off, hidden, down there. Dice roller. Dice roller. And it'll open it up wherever it is. Or say settings. It'll bring it to the top. That's mostly it. Yeah, if you need anything specific, specific questions, please let me know. You can add me on Steam, Zeke the Defender. I'm usually around the AGF forums. You can ask a question there, and I'll try to respond to you within a day. Yeah, let me know.